get started on the update, shall we? Hi everyone, so today I am doing a update video, as if you haven't noticed, I haven't been on this channel in like nearly 6 months, I have a cup of tea right now because we are going to be talking for a little while. I'm going to try and cut this down as much as I possibly can, but a lot's gone on in the 6 months. If you don't follow my weekly vlog channel, then you're not going to know what's going on. If you have followed my weekly vlog channel, then you can basically skip this because you know everything that's gone on in these 6 months that I haven't been on this channel. So the last, what was it? The last video that I posted on this actual channel here, the main channel, was a Valentine's baking related video, and that was quite hard to film because the same day I decided to film that, I found out while I was filming that my nan had passed away, and that was like the last time I made a video on this channel because after that just a lot went on throughout this year. And I'm better now. I'm getting back into YouTube. I've got some new setups to play around with because I've got like a totally different room and everything. There's a lot's gone on since you haven't seen me, and we're about to get down on the lowdown of it all. What kind of started this whole like not posting on this channel anymore was I found out my nan passed away the day I decided to film those Valentine's Day videos, and it was really hard for me because I watched her deteriorate as she got on because she had cancer. I don't want to like talk too much about her. I still have her thing of like she didn't want everybody to know what was wrong with her. I will still respect that sort of thing. But basically she had cancer and she lost her fight with cancer, and it was kind of really hard to watch. I used to go to the hospice to see her, and I used to like try and visit her as much as I could while still working and still trying to maintain a job and everything like that. And it was kind of hard because I really wanted to be on this channel as much as I could, but I couldn't do that as well. And then when I got the news that she passed away during the night, it was really hard, and that kind of just started like the downfall of me and this channel. I made sure I edited those videos and put them up because I filmed them and I know that you lot would have wanted to see them. It was still really hard to actually edit them. It's been very hard here to edit any videos in general, if I'm being honest. If you've been on my main channel, like on my vlog channel, you'll know how bad this year has been. And I'm not saying like my year is the worst year compared to anybody else's year, but I haven't had the best year for myself. We then buried my nan. She went and like basically got buried with my granddad, which was really nice. They like basically now are back together again, which in a sad way, like yes, they've both passed away, but it is in a nice way that they're going to be with each other for the rest of their life on this earth. And that was really emotional. It was really hard, that like funeral that, because that was like I think the 3rd time I've been to a funeral, and it was like obviously my 3rd grandparent I'd had to bury, which was really hard. Which makes me really appreciate the only other grandparent I have left now. The worst thing that happened this year for me, without a doubt, no matter what's happened this year, like I have to smile about some of the stuff that's happened this year, but no matter, like there's little things I'm not going to get in, like tell you about, like little silly things or like issues with work and stuff like that. I'm not going to get involved in any of that, but I'm telling you the 3 main things that have happened this year, and then I've had it out of the way, no more questions about any of it, and then I can start on my channel again. But yeah, the main thing apart from my nan passing away was somebody else passing away, and it's going to be really hard not to like get upset when talking about this because I spent every day with this person. I say person because she was basically like one of the family members. She was our little fur baby, and if you've seen like anything on my social media or on my vlog channel, you'll know this, but in March Maddie passed away, and it's really hard not to cry just thinking about it. But yeah, it was really sudden basically what happened. We were like, she was fine for a little while, and she started to act a little bit funny, and my mum kept taking her to the vets and they kept going she was fine and stuff like that, which it wasn't their fault. I don't really blame them. If I was to blame anybody, I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame anyone because it's something that it wasn't helped. But basically we took her to the vets and kept taking her because she was acting really weird, and then she would like she kept like collapsing and then like trying to be sick, but she couldn't quite get it out. Like you'd have to force it out of her and stuff, which is really graphic and horrible to talk about, but they are kind of like warning signs of what was happening to her. So like if you do have a pet, I've always said that, like I said this in my weekly vlog from back then, like always keep an eye on them. Like it is really, really hard, but try and maybe like do checkups every couple of months or every 6 months, because there's things that you don't realise don't show up in like blood tests and stuff. You need other forms of like x-rays and that. But yeah, the worst thing happened and she passed away, and we found out on the Friday, after so many days of going back and forth to the vets for her not being right, found on Friday that she had cancer in her stomach. And that was hard, like so hard to hear, like especially after like my nan had just passed away from cancer, and then like they said that basically it was like this big, the whole, like the cancer, but her stomach's only like this big, so it was basically half of her stomach was cancer. And that is why she kept having accidents and stuff like that, because she kind of didn't really know what was going on, and that's why she didn't really have an appetite either with eating food. And it was really, really hard, really hard. I don't want to get upset about any of it because I've cried enough about it. But we decided on the Friday that it was only fair to like put her to sleep, because it wasn't fair anymore for her to live, and we would have been very selfish if we made her live just for our own purposes. And it wasn't fair because she couldn't actually really move by herself. Like she would lay on like the sofa and then she'd have an accident, she'd try to get up to move but she couldn't, and like we said, it's not fair. And like the thing that was the deciding factor was the fact that she kept bleeding from her nose, and then she just messed herself one day. And like I said to my mum, was that that's no life for a dog, like to have us have to take her out or like clean her because she's had an accident. And like my sisters couldn't get round in time to spend some time with her before we had to go on the Friday, so we decided to do it on the Saturday morning and take Maddie there. Before we went, we like did a little paw print of her paw in some clay, and then I did like little things and like just really silly little things that like we still have now and like we can always remember. And then we took her down to the vets, and it was really hard. Like we stayed there like for like nearly over an hour and a half after it happened, but they told us it was the right time to do it, because if we didn't do it like that morning, we would have been back there at night because her veins were collapsing, and once that happens, that means that it's basically the end. Like there's no like trying to help that. So we said our goodbyes to her, which was really hard, and then just stayed there for an hour and didn't really know what to do, and just kept crying and everything. Like I would never wish it upon anybody to have to do that to a pet, because it's so hard. It's made me rethink having pets in the future as well, because of how horrible it was. And we went to the garden centre to buy a tree for her to remember her by, which is actually in our garden right now. So like we always have a tree for Maddie, and it actually flowers in the summer, which is really nice. So like we can always like have something there for her. We kept some of her stuff, we've kept a few of her bits for her, and everything we didn't want to keep that didn't have any sentimental value to us, like or things she never really used as a dog. We actually recently just donated it to a dog shelter. So that hands down is like the worst thing that happened this year, over everything else that's happened this year and all the stresses I've had. That is still to this day the worst thing. It always will be the worst thing that's happened this year, I think, just because it wasn't expected. We didn't have like a build up of it, we didn't know it was going to happen. It was just so sudden, and it just happened in a space of a few days. And I think that's what was the hardest bit, because we didn't know it was happening until like that moment. And then after that, I kind of have been having issues with like feeling sad and stuff like that. I'm feeling better now, and to be fair, there's many reasons why I'm feeling better now, but it's really bad, I'm going to say this, but one of the reasons is because I'm now single. If you have been, again, weekly vlogs, definitely check my weekly vlogs out if you want to keep up to date with me. On my weekly vlogs, I announced that I was single recently. It's actually happened pretty recently. It happened in June, and basically I went away for the weekend and he went away for the weekend, and I went away with my sister for like a little like Paris trip. We went to Disneyland Paris and then Paris for a day or two. then we came home and he went on his brother's stag do because his brother was getting married. And when he came back, he was kind of off with me, didn't really want to see me for, like, for the first 2 days, and then decided to dump me over text. That's the bit that gets me all the time. Like, I'm not upset about it, like, I'm fine with this, like, I've like dealt with it, moved on, I'm happy. But it always makes me laugh when I tell people, because everyone's just like, no, you dumped me through text. Not once but twice, because he then led me on to think that we could make this work, and then dumped me the next day while I was at work. Both times while I was at work, that's what annoyed me the most. So yeah, I am single. I am a single Pringle, and I have been mingling. I recently went on a date. I started dating again because why not? I'm not gonna like hang around forever and like dwell on the fact that I got dumped through text, because I just don't see the point. I'm a lot happier now. Like, the moment he did it, I was sad for like 2 days, and then I got over it. And it sounds so bad, but I just got over it, because nothing was good anymore. Like, we kind of just plodded along, and I didn't really see there being much of a future with him, which in a relationship you're gonna want to have a future with someone. But yeah, basically it just, to like cut it short, because obviously I don't want to ramble too much about it, because I don't really want to talk too much about it. A lot went on over the past like 8 months, I'd say. After we went away for our anniversary, it just wasn't fantastic. Like, silly things like Christmas, like silly things like that, being at Christmas, and like I put loads of effort into presents, and like I don't care about having loads and loads of presents, but I like more the thought that counts sort of thing. Like, I put loads of effort into my presents, and he just ran out the day before Christmas and bought all my presents. And it was like, and he bought me things that I wouldn't even really use or wear and stuff like that as well. And it's kind of like little things like that make you think, does this actual person care about me, because they put no thought or effort into anything. And then like never wanted to go out anymore, never wanted to go on dates, never wanted to do anything, always just wanted to either stay in and basically use me as like a restaurant, and like let me cook for him and stuff like that. I should really say hotel. Basically stayed around my house majority of the time. I cooked and everything for him all the time, and it got to the point of like I was always sad, and when we did go out he wouldn't pay me any attention while we was out. And I am really a person that likes to have attention, not like I will create drama to have attention or anything like that, but if I'm in a relationship with someone or I'm talking to someone that I like them to try and give me as much attention as they possibly can. Not in a way of like, you need to talk to me 24/7, or you need to do this, you need to do that. More of a way of like, that time you do have and you know that you can talk to me, it'd be nice to know that you actually thought about messaging me, and or like I don't have to be the one that messages people first, or like you're the one that goes, do you want to go out, and like, or you see that I'm not happy and you give me the attention of like silly little things like buying me a bar of chocolate and saying let's have a night in, or like let's not go on our phones tonight and let's just have us time. Like things like that I really enjoy. Like I like really simple things. I don't like things over the top. I don't like someone splashing all the cash on me. It doesn't really like do anything for me. I just like to be known that like I'm your like #1 person sort of thing. Like I'm not going to be like a psycho and be like, you need to talk to me all the time. I like to know that I'm #1. Like when it comes to everybody, I'm #1, and I never felt that with him. I felt like I was like 10th, maybe even like less in that relationship. I think his friends were #1, then his work was #2. Maybe they even like changed depending on the day. And it's not like he had a huge career. And I'm fine if you have a job that's demanding. That's all fine. Like I've spoken to people that have really demanding jobs, and that's fine. You can have a demanding job, but as long as I'm always #1, that's all that matters. And it's like, you could work 12 hours a day, but them last 3 hours out of your day that you're not gonna, before you go to bed, you make an effort to talk to me. That's what counts to me. Like I could not hear from you for the whole 12 hours, but that last little bit of time means a lot to me, instead of like you thinking, I'm not gonna bother talking to her today because I haven't been able to talk to her all day. If that makes sense. It's hard to describe, because when I say I like attention, people think, oh no, she wants that person to talk to her 24/7, and that is not the case. It's just one of those like show that you care about me sort of situations. But yeah, I didn't feel that, so I think that's why like our relationship just kind of ended and just didn't work, because I never felt that anymore. I never felt like I was special, or anything I did was good enough, and it was kind of like, why am I in this relationship if I don't feel good about myself? And it was kind of good that he broke up with me, because if I wouldn't have done it, if I'm being honest. It was like my first relationship, and I don't think I would have had the guts to do it or do it. So I'm kind of glad he done it. I'm a lot happier, much happier. I can move on and do whatever I want now. Like, that's why I've really started YouTube again as well, because I can do it. I've moved rooms. I don't know if you can tell if I've moved rooms, because everything's the same as my background. But I've moved rooms. I'm in a new room. I'm in the bigger room in my house. We've recently decorated it. If you want to see some sneaky clips of it, weekly vlogs. Everything's on the weekly vlogs. I still got some stuff to do. It's still a little bit of a mess, but it's getting there. And I'm in a new room. I've got like quite a few places to film, and I'm just really happy. I've started dating again. I've joined the gym again because I want to get back into shape, and I've actually joined it with my mum to have a little gym buddy, which is really nice. Work is pretty good, and just everything's pretty good. I still have like my down days, but that's life. But I'm happy to be back, and I will hopefully be back as much as I possibly can. Obviously I work 4 days a week and I do other stuff as well, but I will try my hardest to try and film as many videos as I can. But yeah, that's my little update. A lot's gone on this year, and I'm making the rest of this year as good as it can be, and you never know what the future will hold. I might have a relationship by the end of the year. Who knows? I will definitely not be having another dog though. That's one thing I will not be getting. But yeah, I'm actually off on a trip very soon. Well, I say very soon. When you see this, I'll be on a trip on the 4th of September. I'm going away to Disneyland Paris, and I am going and just really happy. I booked it with him, and I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna go. Like, we were together for 2 years nearly, and I decided that like I'm not gonna lose out on that holiday just because he decided to break up with me at that time. I decided that I'm still gonna go on my holiday and enjoy myself and have a really nice time. I have a lot of things booked, like restaurants, and I have things planned, and I'm really happy to be getting out of the country. And then I also have another trip planned soon at the end of the year, but you can find all about that sooner, like sooner to the time, because it's a similar trip but with someone different. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this update. Like, it wasn't like too like, oh my god, over dramatic or anything like that, but I just wanted to let you know why I haven't been here and what's going on since I've not been here. I am getting back into YouTube. I'm actually going to film another video after this, I think, and kind of just get a couple of videos up so I can edit them. I have like a few set up places now, which is really good, because I don't feel like I'm just restrained to one area in my room anymore. And hopefully I can bring out some good content for you all. If you do want to see certain content, do let me know down below. I have got some Disney content coming up because I have plans for that. And then I also am going to do an August favourites next. That's going to be my next video. It's going to be a favourites video, because obviously I haven't been here for so long. I haven't shared with you what I'm really loving recently. And then I actually have some homeware bits I want to show you, and some other bits, so I might do a little collective haul coming soon as well. So yeah, I will see you all very soon. Bye!